How are you doing today?
Me too. I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Just, enjoying this weather, trying to get the dogs out, but it's rainy, so.
Yeah, same.
So before we get started with today's session, I love to check in on how your week went last week. So how does that sound?
Sounds good.
So we last talked about finding those small moments to stand your ground at work and then managing chaos at home. How did you feel trying to put those boundaries in place at work? Were there any specific moments where you felt you found your voice, or perhaps times where it felt harder than expected?
Um, I'll just say I was not very successful at that. It just feels like, I share an office and conversations it's really hard to shut down work conversations which then like kind of bleed over to, just ongoing conversations. And when that you share an office and you can't like limit the conversations that other people are having in your space, even though it's also distracting to you. I don't know. So, um, I definitely was looking for those opportunities, but I don't feel like I found any this week.
Okay, I hear you. It's a process, but even noticing those tough moments is a win because it means you're becoming aware of those patterns.
Sure.
So today, let's try and use some exercises to maybe strengthen that calm authority muscle. Get you going with
Okay.
that.
Sounds good.
So we're gonna try some breathing exercises first. So go ahead and get a little comfortable in your chair. Let your
All right.
hands rest loosely on your lap,
Okay.
and if it feels okay, let your eyes gently close.
Okay.
And we're gonna start just by letting the weight of the week just kind of drop off your shoulders. First thing we're gonna be doing is what we call a release breath. So I want you to take a deep breath through your nose, filling your lungs completely. And go ahead and sigh it out through your mouth. That'll be real audible. Let's do that again. Inhale the air and you exhale. Imagine you blowing away all the to-do lists, the noise of the house, the pressures in the office. Just for the next few minutes, you have to take care of yourself and just yourself. And let's steady into a nice little rhythm. We're gonna breathe in for, hold for 4, out for 4, and then hold for 4. So we're gonna inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale. Gonna repeat this. Feel your feet making heavy contact with the floor. Just imagine yourself being unshakable right now. You're a mountain. The clouds and the stress just passing you by. I'm gonna have you come back to me. 2, 3, 4. You can open your eyes. Let your body loosen up. On a scale of 1 to 10 being, excuse me, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being too stressed to think straight and 1 being no stress. Where's your stress right now from when we started?
I feel a little calmer. Um, you know, more relaxed, I would say.
Okay, that's
I
that's
don't know
good.
about scales, but I do feel a little more relaxed.
Okay. What do you think contributed to maybe you being more calmer? Was it the rhythm of the counting, or maybe just the physical act of deep exhales?
Yeah, I think the exhaling just kind of like relaxed my muscles some that I wasn't expecting, and that just made me feel a little more relaxed.
Man, okay. So now that we know how to do that steady breath, do you feel like you have room for maybe a little mind exercise, visualizing the workplace scenario?
Sure, I could try.
We'll just do some guided imagery then. So we're
Okay.
gonna start out with the breathing again. You can close your eyes,
Okay.
get relaxed, feet on the floor, hands on your lap.
Okay.
Start the breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to visualize a specific door. This door is going to be the door to your workspace. Before you walk through it, you see yourself draped in a purple cloak. This light is going to represent the clarity in your boundaries. As you walk into your office and start working, someone approaches you with an extra task or a demand that just oversteps some boundaries. Instead of that usual internal tightness that you feel, the air in your lungs, see yourself look them in the eye. Your expression is neutral and calm. In your mind, you hear yourself say, I can't take care of that right now, but I can look into it when I come back tomorrow. Notice how the words feel. They aren't heavy, they're just facts. Watch the other person nodding, accept the feeling. Feel the surge of the quiet power that comes from simply being honest with your limits. Take one more deep breath, nourishing breath. Carry the image of that purple light with you. And when you're ready, wiggle your toes and chair beneath you and slowly open your eyes.
Okay,
How do you feel?
good.
When you saw
Yeah.
yourself saying no at work, was it most surprising about how you felt in that moment?
I, I mean, it felt nice. It felt empowering to set that boundary, but there's still a voice in my head that's like, that person's gonna panic
Okay.
or, or take it personally or, or it's a, you know, sometimes the nature of my job saying, I'll come back to it tomorrow isn't an option, and that's fine. But, I get it. Yeah, that it does feel empowering to set that boundary and um maybe starting a little smaller for me. But I
Okay.
appreciate the imagery.
How did it feel when you spoke facts just clearly without having to apologize for it?
Different.
Different? Yeah. So you say you're willing to try it, so you feel ready to try a specific phrase, maybe that next time that colleague might approach you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, okay. So gonna give you a little bit of homework then.
Okay.
It's not
Ready.
too overwhelming, just we're gonna do an observation homework. So I just want you to simply notice maybe once or twice this week where you wanted to be more assertive but didn't, and
Okay.
just kind of jot that down so we can just realize those moments, like just becoming aware of it. So the
Okay.
goal is this, there's no judgment and just, data collection so we can discuss next week about maybe specific roadblocks in our next session and work through those.
Sounds good. I can do that.
Okay, thank you. I'll see you next week.